Thank you. Now to new efforts to highlight the plight of Jewish refugees who fled persecution during the Holocaust on this, the 80th anniversary of the liberation of Bergen-Belsen concentration camp by the British Army.
The National Holocaust Museum near Newark is reopening its main exhibition this weekend after a £2 million refurbishment.
Well, it's hoped by making the journey more interactive, it can reach a whole new generation to learn the lessons of genocide. Ben Basin went for a look around.
Throwing new light on one of the darkest periods of human history. More than 6 million Jews were murdered during the Holocaust, and many were left as refugees after fleeing the most unimaginable persecution. Visitors to this revamped exhibition are guided through it by a fictional child in 1930s Germany.
Come in. So here we are at the beginning of the Journey exhibition. We're in the living room of the Stein family in Berlin in 1938, and everything is really immersive. You can touch, you can explore the environment. And the story you're following is the story of the young boy, the 12-year-old son of the Stein family. He's called Leo.
In the run-up to the Second World War, hundreds of thousands of Jews fled Nazi Germany. 10,000 children were taken via train to Britain in a series of rescue efforts known as the Kindertransport. One of those was John Fieldsend, who was brought to Sheffield from Czechoslovakia.
My parents just put my brother and me on a train and said goodbye. And as the train was leaving, my mother took her wristwatch off and passed it through the window to me and said, "This is for you to remember us by."
That was the last time John saw his parents. He later received a letter from them, which they'd written on their way to Auschwitz.
We too will not be spared, and we will go bravely into the unknown, with the hope that we shall yet see you again when God wills. Don't forget us.
Why is it so important that this story is told to younger generations?
I think it's important for our young people in this very unstable world, I think to know what happened, but also to have the assurance that one can overcome the bad things in life.
And it's those young people who it's hoped will be engaged by this £2 million upgrade to the museum.
To be able to walk through the lives of really inspiring human beings like this is a wonderful privilege, but from a learning point of view, it's much more effective than just sitting in a classroom being told about historical facts. You're walking through it.
As the only museum in the UK dedicated to remembering the Holocaust, this facility has a key role to play in making sure it is never forgotten. And with the focus on refugees so relevant to the modern world, it's hoped it will leave a lasting impression on those who visit on their own journey of discovery. Ben Mason, ITV News, near Newark.